The next tip that I want to give you tonight is taking inventory of your own behavior. This has to be ongoing and consistent as well. So, a nice thing I like to encourage my clients to do this is to really sit down and start reflecting on things that you believe occurred in the past that they could be upset about. But you may already have a list of things that they're already upset about, like you're selfish, or you screamed at them, or you didn't put them first in this incident or that incident. That is where you begin. Instead of saying to yourself, oh, I didn't do this, that is not what happened. Instead, say, let me sit down and look at this. Let me evaluate this. Let me see where I can find ways to give my child empathy over this. Like, being yelled at hurts. Even though you don't believe that it hurt them, and maybe you believe that they should get over it, and I'm not saying that is what you may believe, but you may. That's how you feel about it. That's not how they feel about it. And your actions could very well have hurt them, because when a parent yells at a kid, it doesn't feel good, and it feels demeaning, and it feels like you're disappointed in them. And so that's hurtful to a child. So take inventory of not this from your perspective of how your behaviors may or may not hurt them, but from their perspective of how that would hurt. Consider whether there has been any conflict or misunderstandings or mistakes on your part that might have contributed to your child's anger. I promise you, you will find something. You know why? Because not every parent in this world is not perfect. We've all made mistakes with our children, myself included. But if I sit down and I really could make a list of when I said things that hurt their self-esteem, or I wasn't filtered as much as I could have been at a certain time, I'm going to find things. It's human nature. So write those things down, evaluate them, and then take responsibility for those actions to your children and be open and honest about that with them. And when I'm talking about being open and honest, you can say things to them that, I recognize that I hurt you here. I I hope that by me recognizing this, that it lends you some comfort over what went on. I wish that back then I could have been aware enough and had that understanding to apologize to you then when it was happening. That's how you take inventory of your own behavior and come to them in a consistent way about it. And everything that you write down on that list, even if you think it's not relevant, really look at it and come up with sentences that you can send to them that shows that you're taking accountability for that and you're not pointing fingers at them. The more consistent you can be without pointing fingers to them and taking consistent accountability for this, it's going to help you repair this relationship. It definitely is going to help you. Research has proven that when parents take accountability for their actions towards their children, that children are more susceptible to forgiving and moving forward. When you keep denying what has happened and you want to prove that you're right and they're wrong, it's not going to move. It's not going to move in this relationship, and it's not going to move in any relationship that's been going on within your life.